Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to just double check to make sure that we are live. Let us know if you are here. And when you do comment, please tell us your name because StreamYard doesn't pick that up. Sometimes you have to do a whole registration link thing and whatnot. But let's see. Let us know if you see us because I can't see us yet. Okay, I see one person on. All right, we are on. All right, good afternoon, everybody. I am Chandra Brooks, founder of the Powerhouse Academy. Welcome to our first episode. We had kind of a teaser episode a couple months back that we did, but we are here on our first episode of the Powerhouse podcast. And I'm so excited. I am Chandra Brooks, founder of the Powerhouse Academy, and I have my wonderful, go ahead, Jacqueline, introduce yourself.
Jacqueline Hernandez, COO of Powerhouse.
Yes, ma'am. Yay. And we have our sips. Okay. We can't be here just talking about business if we are not going to sip at the same time. So you over here, you have your martini. I have my margarita.
Cheers.
Cheers. We normally would be doing this at the Capitol Club, right? Having our sips in the middle of the afternoon after handling a whole lot of business. Handling a whole lot of business in the morning. It's officially 12 o'clock, so we can have a drink if we choose. If you are here, say hello. Hey, Norman. Hey, Erica. Thank you for joining us, everybody. If you are 40 or if you're close to 40 and you're feeling like you are the more focused than ever, please drop a comment, join the conversation, ask a question. Let us know what you're feeling because that's what we're talking about today. All right. Today, we're talking about, are we more focused after 40? And every woman that I've encountered, right, and including myself, I've noticed this. Okay. And even not growing up, yeah, growing up basically. But in my 20s, I think I started to start a consulting business. I'm still growing up. Even in my 20s, I tried to start a consulting business, my early 30s, and it just didn't work out. Right. So, I just know now when I got closer to 40, I was like 37, 38 when I came up with this whole idea for my new business. For my business, I was more focused and I was like, now or never. And then as I've been going along into my 40s, I'm more clear. I have the I don't give a fuck type of attitude too. Like, I don't care like about the marketing. I don't care about what anybody else is doing. Right. I just care about my own vision, creating that and helping more women become successful in their business. So if you are that person, if you have any comment or whatever, please join this conversation. So Jacqueline, do you have any stories about this or any feeling towards this topic?
I really love this topic. I remember when we were coming up with the idea for our first episode. It's so crazy to say you're 40, right? That's number one. Yeah. But I definitely do feel more clarity. I also feel like there's more of an urgency, right? So even being in business for quite some time, when you do hit 40 and you're in your 40s, you kind of like take a snapshot of what you've done in business and what you've done in your career. And you look at that snapshot, right? And you're looking at it and you're like, wow, I could have totally done this different. I could have done this better. I could have put more energy. I could have done all these things, but now you're able to go ahead and do them all. And I feel like everything before 40 was just kind of like, okay, this was all practice. This is all practice. This is game day now, Yes. That's one thing. And then I also feel more comfortable in my own skin,
Yeah.
And so it's like what you say. And now I navigate, conversations and navigate who I allow, to take up my time in my space. I definitely navigate that a lot better. I just am not, I don't have the time to deal with anybody or any projects that just don't serve my purpose, my bigger purpose,
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And I think that I don't even know. I think Lakeisha made a comment, or Lakeisha McDonald, one of my past clients, that brought that topic up, or I said it and she co-signed about it. I don't know, but I always feel this, right? I'm always feeling this, like I'm so clear in my 40s. It's crazy, right? I've Like I said, I don't care what people have to say when it comes to my marketing. I don't care what people have to say when it comes to anything. Like, it's like, if you're not part of this journey and you are not on board, then bye. It's really not that serious anymore. But it's really been a challenge. Also, I think because in your 40s, actually, you are going through a whole lot of changes in your body as well, right? You're going
Oh, yes.
emotionally, physically. You're not a spring chicken anymore, is what I tell my clients. We're not spring chickens anymore. So it's not like we can bounce back if we go and have a night of drinking or something. We have to be I need a whole day sometimes to recover. So you just got to be careful on how you do things and how you balance and how you manage things. But definitely I feel, more focused than ever since I've been 40. And been kind of keeping my eye on the prize. And I'm not saying that people in their 30s and in their 20s aren't focused. Right? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying more. All right. Keyword is more. Okay. Because I know a whole lot of bosses that are in their 20s and 30s that are on a mission. Okay. I'm just saying you get more clarity, right? You like you said, Jacqueline, you don't spend your time with people that don't serve you or don't feed into you, or you understand who the type of people you want to be around, the type of people you want to serve, the type of people you want to work with is clear in that way. And I want to ask the audience or whoever's watching, do you guys feel like, put a comment, do you feel clear, like now, even if you kind of slacked in your business and you're in your 40s now, you're close to your 40s, you're kind of like, it's go time, and you feel more focused? Join the conversation and let us know. We want to know more. Jacqueline, did you have something to say?
No, I was just, I agree with everything you're saying. And, I feel like a lot of people that I know in their 20s and their 30s, they feel like they have to exhaust themselves, kind of not so much pleasing other people, but showing up in such a way, all in all many different areas of their life and, different arenas. And it's like, I feel like in your 40s, you kind of hone in on what your mission is and what your values are in a bigger way, that you're like, no, I'm sorry, I can't attend that because that doesn't serve what I'm doing here. You really eliminate all the extra noise that's going on around you, and you're able to really focus in on what you want.
Yeah, I love working with women in that age, because it's exactly what that is, right? Because they know exactly what they want, and they're like, Chandra, I want to create A, B, C, and D, and then I guide them and help them to get there, and they go and do it. And they go and do it. They execute. Execution is what 40-year-old women do, is execution. So if you're in your 40s and you're considering starting a business, this is the right time. It's not too late. Because I also have heard that. It's like, I'm in my 40s, it's too late. And I'm like, you have another 40 years to build this empire. Are you kidding me? Right? People think it's too late, and it's not too late, right?
Yeah, definitely. I feel the total opposite. And as a matter of fact, I feel like in my 20s and my 30s, I was, trying to prove that I'm here and I'm serious about what I'm doing. So I feel like I was very serious. Now, I mean, you get a whole playground with me. I'm like, let's do it. I'm wild and crazy in my 40s, It's so definitely not that serious, like uptight, and everything has to be perfect, definitely more laid back and like, okay, well, let's just do this. Oh, that went wrong. It's okay. Let's pivot, So
Exactly.
it's so different.
Exactly. Yeah. I think, like, because we've gone through life, and I think we've been through challenges, and this is something that you need to think about too, ladies and gentlemen that are watching, is that as you get older, things that broke us down in our 20s or 30s, that are mistakes or problems in our family or with our health or what personally, right? Those things we got through. We got through them. And if we were able to get through them, we can get over business flops, or think, we stopped our business and we gave up or something like that. We can get over those things quickly, or we make a mistake in our business. Things aren't selling, things aren't moving as fast as we want them to. It's not as big a deal anymore in your 40s, because you're kind of like, okay, we could pick up, dust ourselves off, and keep going. I think we're more resilient as well.
Yeah,
So I'm seeing a
definitely.
few comments. Erica Danelle said more focused. Yeah, I'm one who really needs to push past second guessing things. Life is too short. Exactly, Erica. Life is too short. And I think that's where when I said I'm going to start my business and go full force, make it or break, I'm going to put all my money into it. I'm going to put every bit of my time and energy into it. I knew I was hitting that 40 mark. It was scary. Now I wish I was back at 38. I thought I was old at 38, but I'm just saying that I was like, it's now or never. Like I must have been like, I'm gonna die soon. I better hurry up. When I know that's not true.
When
right?
you hit 40? Oh goodness.
Hey,
Well,
I was feeling that.
When I hit 30, I remember I cried. I was like, this is it. I'm 30. And when I hit 40, I was like, this is it. Let's do this. You know, so it's a total different mindset.
Right. It is. It is. Because remember when we were young, we thought 40 was old. We even thought 30 was, didn't people used to have birthday parties over the hill? That was like a 30-year-old birthday party was
30.
over the hill. I don't know if that was 30 or 40, but I feel like it was 30. Who was over the hill at 30? If you're 30, you're a baby to me still. You're a baby if you're 30. You have so much time and, you know, to really build and create the life that you want. But yeah, I think I remember when I was in my teenage years, I thought 30 was old, 40 was really, really old. And, you know, like, shoot, I'm 45 now. I'm like ancient to what I was back then. But anyway, we have council member Karina Dominguez for mayor.
Running for mayor.
On here,
2022.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, 2022. Sorry. But she's going to be mayor in 2023 too, because she's going to win, right? You're going to win, Karina. If you are in the Milpitas area and you are voting, but you need to vote. Please vote for my dear friend and sister, Karina Dominguez, because she is amazing. She is awesome. How old are you, Karina? Are you close? Are you
over 40?
Yeah, Karina, because I know you're a few years younger than me. Me and Karina have known each other for a long time. But but anyway, she's going to win, and she's an amazing leader, strong backbone. I think, Karina, you can actually cover. She's 40? Oh, see? 40. Exactly. Right. And you're more
focused. She's running for mayor, everybody.
Yes, mayor of Milpitas. I just turned the most amazing age ever. Yes. Do you feel it though, Karina? Honestly, because you feel something different change inside of you. You kind of already have, I don't give a, you know what attitude, because I've known you, right? Fearless is exactly. I can't wait to see the mayor, Karina, because as a council member, you did not care. You fought for your community.
She was grabbing mics.
She grabs mics. She says her piece. She fights for her community. If it's right or if it's wrong, she pushes back. That's what I really love about her, not just because she's my friend, because she's a fearless leader. And that's the type of people we need. So not only in your 40s, right, but also, you know, just as a leader, as a woman leader, right? We need to be fearless in our 40s as a women leader, not in just entrepreneurship, but also in leadership, right? So I think the older we get, the wiser we get, right? So don't be discouraged if you are 40 plus and you feel like it's too late for you to run for mayor, to start your business, to start that new venture. You're going to accomplish more than you ever have because you're so focused and you don't care about what people think as much as you used to. Right, Jacqueline?
Absolutely. You know, yesterday I was with my daughter at her gymnastics, and her coach was talking about putting her into competition. And she was telling me, well, she's like, how old is Acacia? And I said, she's 11. And I said, she's about to be 12 this month. She's like, I can't believe it. She's all, she will be the oldest person that we recommend to competition for gymnastics. And I said, what is the age normally? And they said the age normally is 4 to 6 years old to put them into competition training already, so they can mold them, you know? And I was thinking, you know, a lot of conversations that I've had with people in their 40s, I remember being younger, you know, and hearing people talk about their 40s, and they're like, you know, I should have just accomplished this, and I should have done this. And, you know, and I think back to those conversations, and it's like society puts so much like constraints on you should own a house before you're 30. You should be doing these. Here's your markers. You should be having kids before you're 35.
Right.
You should not be having kids after 35, or you should be married. If you're not married and you're 30, you're done, girl. Like nobody's gonna want to marry you. And it's like, that's scary.
Society or our culture, our family.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So, when you think about it, I mean, it caught my attention because she's 12, right? So now they're saying, wow, she's going to be the oldest. And they're like making a big deal about this. And I'm like, okay, well, today we have women in their 50s, 40s, 60s, starting businesses, graduating college, doing all these amazing things. So I really feel like there's more energy. You've already made those mistakes. You've already know what does not work for you.
Exactly.
And now you're very clear and to the point of what does work for you. You're like, oh, you didn't support me. You're not a friend. Like, no, you are not in my circle. Like, you get to tighten that circle even more.
Yes.
And you get to look at that circle and say, how did this circle serve the purpose of me becoming a better person? You really get to evaluate who's in your circle. I know Karina, she is amazing. She's a boss. And every time we're with her, she's always, she surrounds herself with people that are going to elevate her, but also people that are going to say, hey, give her tips, give her, energy also, and that's what we're focused on.
Yeah. You made a good point. I think in our 40s, we know who we want to be around. Right. We also know what makes us happy. We know who we don't want to be around. We know if we need to get rid of relationships, friends or personal, right? Relationships, whether, we know now, okay, what friendship doesn't serve us anymore. They're not going to help us grow. They're not going to feed into us. All right. So you eliminate all of that stuff, right? I feel in your 40s, you're kind of shedding because you know what you want and you know how you want to feel and all that. You're shedding all that, which helps you gain more clarity to where you're going, right? At the same time. So you're able to know.
Before my 40s, I was in a cocoon. Now I'm a butterfly.
Exactly, right? You just don't care anymore. And we've earned our stripes. We've earned our stripes. So I definitely feel like after 40, you're more focused. So if you're in your 20s and 30s, just hold on tight and be excited to hit your 40s. Don't feel like you're going to be an old lady or old man. It really is an exciting time to really get clear and focused and go full force. So if you're ahead of the game already and you're in your 30s and you're building, I'm telling you, once you start getting closer to 40, you're going to just like go into high gear and push forward and make it happen. So anybody else, you guys have any comments or suggestions or feedback in the comments, we just know exactly what we want and we'll work hard for it. Tell us your name because Facebook is not bringing up your name. If whoever made that comment, we want to know who you are, but you're totally right? We just know. And I love that clarity, right? Instead of us getting down like I'm getting older, oh, my body's breaking down and all that stuff. I don't look at it that way, though I feel it. I'm not going to lie, right? I'm not going to lie, but let's look at the positive side is the clarity and the focus. More than ever. I know all the women that we have in Powerhouse, right? And all the women that we do have that are 40 plus. Oh, hey, Samantha. Yes. Samantha's definitely a boss in her 40s and knows exactly what she wants. As my business partner with the scrub business, but also as a friend, she don't play. Okay. She don't play. So I love that. But yeah, I just know that all the women that come through Powerhouse or any of our one-on-one coaching clients, our VIP clients, I don't know if you notice it. It's just if they're 40 plus, like they're not playing. They're like, tell me what to do and I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to give you 500 excuses. There's some that still do that, but most of them don't. Right.
Yep. And I think also too, I mean, it's a great thing to highlight right now as well, since Samantha's on here. You guys just purchased a business and you guys are bossing that business out. So you're not just running Powerhouse and owning this business, but you also own another business. And the same with Samantha. She owns her own business already existing, successful. I mean, it's expanding. people are seeking her out. She's being well known in her industry. And now you guys took on another business, and that business is starting to flourish because you know what you're doing. You're focused.
Exactly.
You have clarity.
Exactly. We know exactly where we're going with the business. We know what to do to make it successful. So that was easier for us to do, to launch another business. But anyway, we don't want to take everybody's all day on Friday, right? But we want to remind you all that we're going to be on here every other Friday, right? Every other Friday to talk about these different topics. If you have a topic idea that you want us to discuss on the Powerhouse Podcast, when it comes to business, when it comes to just being over 40, when it comes to ideas, right, in business, funding in business, how to bootstrap your business, how to get clarity on the idea that you have, anything, we're going to be talking about it here on the podcast because we want to help women grow. That's our whole mission, is to really help Black and brown women specifically grow deeper pockets so we can make more impact in the community. That is the bottom line for the Powerhouse Podcast and the Powerhouse in general. So we want to invite you to watch us every other Friday because we'll be here.
Yes, come
join in on the conversation. Even pop you in, right? If you want, there was a girl on Instagram. She's like, I'd love for you to bring in 20-year-olds on this conversation. And I was like, okay, maybe you want to defend. Maybe you want to say that's not true. I don't know what she wanted to say, but she loved the topic, but she said she wanted to join the conversation as well. And I'm like, hey, I'm all for it. I want people to join the conversation. Thank you, Erica. Congratulations on the podcast launch. I started a podcast when I first started my business. It was called The Future is Female. Okay. I started it in my living room and I had like cords. I had microphones that I borrowed from this video or this organization that rented out digital products or whatever. And I rented it. I rented this equipment that had like cords on it and all these complicated equipment. And this was 6 years ago when podcasting just started, right? So imagine if I would have kept with that podcast, it would have probably been blown up already. But what I realized when I started the podcast, and this is a good business tip, is that sometimes people feel like they need to start a podcast in order to monetize a business, right? It's a good tool to have aligned with your business, but it isn't necessary. So I learned early on that, okay, I didn't need this podcast in order to make money. I needed to hurry up and make money. So the podcast got put to the side so I could learn to monetize and just make money. So now that we're making money, right, and we're comfortable and we're okay, this is why I wanted to launch the podcast, relaunch a podcast to share more information out there. And it's also another visibility tool, right? It's another visibility tool, but you have to have the time, the team, and the dedication to make this happen. All right. You can't just launch a podcast by yourself and think and make it consistent because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to put it together. So I just want everybody to know it's a tool in your arsenal of entrepreneurship and visibility, but it's not the end all be all when it comes to that. But I'm really excited because it is a part of our visibility plan and getting us out there more. So share this podcast with your friends. All right. Hopefully they chime in and we'll be able to comment later if you have more comments. Let's go, ladies. Get your drinks ready for next Friday. Yes, Samantha. We want to have round tables, so we might just do different things, right? When Jacqueline's back in town, we might have round tables. Bring it to the Capitol Club and go live from the Capitol Club with many women with their drinks, and we're just talking business because sometimes even with my friends in business, with Jacqueline, with Samantha, we're talking business and we're like, damn, we wish we had a microphone or a video on us right now.
Yeah.
Right. When we're talking about certain topics.
Especially what type of phone you're using to conduct business.
Oh my God.
Right, Samantha?
They're not going to start on me right now. We're about to cut this podcast down because they're going to try to get on me about my Samsung. Yes, I do use a Samsung. Okay. I have a Samsung. This is it right here. Okay. I have a Samsung and I'm proud to be a Samsung user. I have an Apple computer and I have a Samsung phone and I'm not ashamed. All right. I'm not ashamed. Anyway.
She's in her 40s. You hear this?
Exactly. Because I don't give a damn because I'm in my 40s. I don't care. I don't care.
We can't peer pressure her. She's in her 40s.
Where's the rule that says that a successful entrepreneur has to have an iPhone? When you send me that rule or you send me that law, then maybe I'll consider. But until then, I do what I want to do.
Until then, ladies, glasses up.
Cheers.
Bam.
Hopefully you enjoy this podcast and you guys come back and watch us in a few weeks. Take care, you guys. Have a nice weekend. Happy Friday and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Happy Friday.